So I just received an email early this morning from Digital Extremes detailing the developers' workshop for the upcoming Echoes of DUVIRI update. There have been no details yet on when exactly the update will be released, but reading the email gets me hyped for the upcoming post-DUVIRI content of Warframe. Now there are lots of things to discuss about the Echoes of DUVIRI workshop, but for this video we will focus on the upcoming Overguard changes. The first time we saw Overguard was during the Eximus rework. Digital Extremes added an extra layer of defense to special units, and players can't crowd control enemies when this Overguard is active. Then, Kullervo was introduced, which is the first Warframe to ever get the Overguard treatment. Just like Eximus units, Kullervo's Overguard acts as an extra health buffer and also grants immunity to crowd control effects, such as knockdowns. It's good, but it's not great, as the Overguard health depletes rapidly in steel path levels and there are inconsistencies with the immunity. Digital Extremes has indeed fixed the Overguard problem and made it scale more with power strength. They have also added invulnerability frames upon casting, similar to what we have with Atlas's landslide ability. Initially, I thought this was the only change coming to the Overguard mechanic for Warframes, but it appears there will be more. First of all, Digital Extremes discussed the issue of consistent Pro-C immunity. They mentioned that due to the variety of sources of Overguard, there were occasional inconsistencies in how it behaved regarding Pro-C immunity. With Echoes of DUVIRI, all sources of player Overguard will offer full Pro-C immunity while active. Additionally, they addressed Overguard depletion protection. Similar to shields, player Overguard will now provide a brief moment of invulnerability, currently lasting for 0.5 seconds once depleted. This window will prevent players with Overguard from being one-shot, as damage to Overguard will no longer carry over into your health or shield pool once it's depleted. Upon launch, they will closely monitor feedback on this mechanic change to see if further adjustments are needed. Lastly, the Overguard mechanic is only applicable to players and not enemies. These changes to Overguard are truly godsend for Kullervo. With a 0.5 seconds of invulnerability, you will have enough time to recast Overguard, making the muzzle flash build for the Warframe even more insane. With muzzle flash, you will have crowd control and a blind mechanic that also affects Eximus units. This ability allows you to stack Overguard to its maximum most of the time, ensuring that if something goes wrong, you will have a short period of invulnerability to safely recast Overguard for Kullervo. I can say that the upcoming additional features for Overguard are decent for Kullervo, but this Warframe is not the one that benefits the most from these changes. During 7 Crimes of Kullervo, there are 3 Warframes that received the Overguard treatment. First is Atlas, whose rumbled augment becomes Overguard instead of the usual armor. Then we have Rhino. Instead of his iron skin gaining ferrite armor, it became Overguard. Lastly, instead of frost armor, Frost's icy avalanche augment now becomes an ability that can gain Overguard per enemy hit, and in my opinion this is the most broken synergy with the upcoming Overguard changes. As you all know, adaptation triggers while your Warframe has Overguard, but it doesn't reduce the damage taken by Overguard. Instead, it allows you to stack damage resistance from a specific damage type, which you can use after Overguard has depleted. Additionally, arcanes that have on-hit requirements to activate their effect, such as Arcane Avenger and Arcane Guardian, work with Overguard. The best part about this is that Overguard in Rhino, Frost, and Atlas is more effective for survivability since after it depletes, you can then take advantage of the shield gating mechanic before enemies can even damage your health. It's like having triple the layer of survivability with Overguard, shield gating, and damage reduction. All 3 Warframes can take advantage of this new survivability, but Frost gets the most benefit, and I think he will be better than Revenant when it comes to team survivability. Remember that Frost's icy avalanche augment doesn't just give the user ice armor, but also benefits his allies. With a max efficiency, high range, and low duration build, you can spam his 4th ability and gain Overguard every time. The short invulnerability frame can be abused by the team once Overguard is depleted. Frost certainly gets the biggest benefit from the upcoming Echoes of DUVIRI update. Aside from the Overguard gating mechanic for survivability, he also gets buffed with the upcoming changes to the cold element. Specifically, the freeze status will receive changes, including increasing the maximum number of stacks from 8 to 9. Additionally, the developers will increase the additional per stack slow from 3.5 to 5. Moreover, they will raise the maximum slow effect from 75 to 90s, which is insane and comes close to being the best slow ability in the game called Gloom. The best part is, they are adding an increased critical damage effect. The idea is that it will increase the critical damage taken by an enemy by 10 on the initial status effect. Subsequent stacks will increase this debuff by 5, up to a maximum of 50, and this will be additive after mods, not before. The upcoming Echoes of DUVIRI update is really exciting with these new quality of life improvements that Digital Extremes is making. While there are many synergies that I can think of, and many Warframes and weapons that will get buffed, I would say that Frost will be in his perfect form after the update. So that's all about it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in my next video.